sister moon. I seldom see you, seldom hear your tune. Preoccupied with selfish misery.
Greetings, Uncle Travelling Matt here, and I'm reporting on my final day of walking here on the Camino di San Francisco de Assisi in Italy, or at least the final day walking of this stage, which is the first of 3 planned stages. So I went from Pieve Santo Stefano to Sansepolcro. And the distance in the guidebook was 25 kilometres, and that involved going around a lake. But along the other side of the lake, there was a much shorter route, about 17 kilometres. So I took that one, and it was very pleasant. It was along the road, there were some cracking views. We actually climbed up quite high and had some lovely views across the lake. But it was generally pretty easy going. And I walked, I stopped twice, I think, significantly. And yeah, it was just great. Just walked and walked and walked. Got to Sansepolcro, and then the guy who I went to a cafe on the edge of town, and the guy who runs the accommodation, he messaged me, and so I met him at the accommodation. Sansepolcro is this gorgeous town. I mean, it didn't look much on the map, and I wasn't expecting a great deal. But it looked like a modern splurge, but it's absolutely gorgeous. It's this walled city. It was established by 2 pilgrims in the Middle Ages, and they brought back a stone from the Holy Land, and they put that where they established a city, which is now the cathedral. And that's why it's called Sansepolcro, like Santo Sepulchre, Holy Sepulchre, you see, because that's where the stone comes from. And it's this complete walled city, medieval city, well, Renaissance. It's gorgeous. And so I was feeling really footsore at the end. Like, I thought I got over that, but I was in real pain, and I was struggling to move for the rest of the day, to be honest. It didn't even wear off after an hour or so. And I did lie in bed for about an hour or so after the walk. It took it out on me more than I expected it to. But then I went to the museum, and the museum is famous because there's some frescoes in there. And the frescoes are said to have saved the city because during World War II, the British were meant to bombard it, but the artillery boss, chief, general, captain, I don't know what he was, had heard about these frescoes and said, we can't destroy those. So it saved the city. They made him like an honorary citizen or something later. I mean, I don't really get Renaissance art, if I'm completely honest with you, but there's a very famous one, The Resurrection, that I have seen before, actually. It is famous. Yeah, so I looked at those. I much preferred an exhibition of paintings underneath, all about Dante's Inferno. They were really cool, with sorts of demons rising and stuff like that. It was good. And then I went in the church of St. Francis and the cathedral. The cathedral is this majestic Romanesque building. But the best thing about it is, or the most famous thing, is there's the oldest crucifix in the world, but to be about 1,000 years old. And so I had a look at that. Whilst I was in there, I met Ferdinand, and then together we went to the Tourist Information Centre to get stamps for the passport, and we met Christina and Anton's. It was a nice little reunion. Christina and Anton are actually staying in the same place as me. And yeah, so that was that. And then I limped around the streets a bit more. The restaurant that the owner of the apartment had recommended was not open, so I went to a cafe. There was no internet at this apartment, which is a bit naff. And I went to this cafe, and I, did the whole online thing for a while, and just chilled, and then went and had a lovely meal, absolutely wonderful meal, and then went straight to bed. It's about 8:30. How pathetic is that? And slept all the way through. So there we are. Yeah, one thing before I go, I just want to show you this apartment. I think it's absolutely wonderful. So this is my room, and look at this fireplace. And you don't get many rooms with a fireplace like that. Yeah, little proper proper Renaissance room, right? You can imagine some lady in some fantastic gown sleeping in here, preferably with me, but who knows. Anyway, that's that. This is Uncle Travelling Matt saying, keep travelling. I will do a review of the whole section, but that's for later.
Brother, son, and sister